Previously on Port Charles.
We'll find her, and what you have to do is you have to just get better and get out of here.
Coming back to Port Charles was a huge mistake.
I want you to stay.
Tell Joe to plead his case with the review board, not with me.
He tried to save your life, but he could use your help.
Man, this is too good.
Hello?
Julie, this is Chris.
I'm glad you called me.
Hey. I didn't know we had a new intern.
We don't. I'm the janitor.
Yeah, well, for a janitor, you sure got a mean right.
What?
You're the guy who did Cooper last night, right?
Yeah, well, with you and Joe holding you, my mother could have done it.
I'm Jake Marshak.
Frank Scanlon.
Meet you. It's Chris Ramsey.
Pleasure's mine. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be looking for a place to live by any chance?
Thanks. No, I already got one. I mean, it's not much, but it's cheap, so. Hey, thanks anyway, though.
Yeah.
Seeing you around.
See ya.
Hi.
Hi.
Anything I can help you with?
I'll be out in a minute. I was just, I was putting...
Get one of these.
Is that from the hospital? Yeah.
Maybe we've all been canned.
Yeah, well, at this point, that'd be just fine with me.
Win the lottery?
No, not that I know of.
Whatever it is must be good news.
Well, it's definitely news. Check your mailbox. You probably got a letter just like this one.
Well, why don't you just tell me what's in yours?
Well, it's an invitation to the lucky 7 who are at Dr. Cooper's surprise party.
There's a follow-up?
They want us to testify at Joe Scanlon's board of review.
God, it didn't waste much time, did they?
Well, you know what they say about one rotten apple. Spoils the whole barrel.
So I've heard. But I'd say they have the wrong apple.
Joe?
Down here. Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. The back door's open, so I just came in.
Manual labor sounded good to me this morning. Frank and I are hoping to rent this place out.
That's a good idea.
Well, listen, if you were to change your mind about leaving, maybe I'd cut you a deal on the rent.
I don't think you're cut out to be a landlord.
We'll see. So, how's Scott?
He's good. He's out of ICU, so they say he's going to be okay.
Great. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Oh, well, I wanted to thank you for last night, for staying with me at the hospital.
It was a dirty job, but...
You still can't accept a compliment, can you?
I'll take lessons.
Joe, I also wanted to talk to you about that whole review board thing.
My favorite subject.
Joe, you've got to fight it.
What are you doing down here?
I couldn't sleep.
Serena?
I can't stop thinking about her. Do you think that could be Mac already?
Could be, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Mac, it is you. What? They found her. Is there some news?
May I come in first, please?
What is it? Is it bad news? Is that it? Is it bad?
It's no news, Lucy. The Canadian police don't have any leads about Serena.
Well, then they're just not working hard enough.
Look, I was there, okay? They're good people. They're doing the best they can.
That's great. Okay. Well, then you go tell those good people they can go to that hospital, and those good people can tell Scott he might never see his daughter again.
think I'll live?
I can't make a prognosis till I run a test.
And what test is that?
Are you allergic to iodine?
Is it really necessary?
If I don't give you your options, I could be sued for malpractice.
Let's do it.
What were you putting up on the bulletin board?
I have an apartment for rent. I thought I might find a tenant here.
You're kidding. Oh, I'm desperate to find a place to live.
Desperate?
You should see my hotel. I came over here this morning to use the hospital gym, just to get away from the same four walls.
Well, if you like the place, it's yours.
Does it have cardboard walls and orange rubber drapes?
Not that I know of.
I like it. But I'm not sure I can afford it. How much is the rent?
I think we can work something out. We, by the way, are Frank and Joe Scanlon.
Yeah.
I'm Frank.
Julie Morris. Give me a rain check on the handshake.
You got it.
I remember you. You're the guy who knocked out that lunatic last night. You got in before the cops did.
Yeah, well, I never would have heard the end of it from my brother if I hadn't. So you want to see the place now?
I can't. There's an orientation meeting for the interns. Hey, why don't I come by with Joe when it's over?
That might not work out.
Joe's got plans, huh?
Something like that. The address is 234 Bain Street. You be able to find it?
I think I'll manage.
Okay.
See you later.
See you.
Karen, I'm not going to just accept this. Don't worry.
I still can't believe that Alan Quartermain would do this. I mean, he's the only one that stood up for me when no one else would. He paid my way through med school, for God's sakes, you know? What?
Karen, he's just doing his job.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm examining my options.
You should hire a lawyer.
Karen, if I could afford a lawyer, I wouldn't be renting this place out.
There are affordable lawyers.
Yeah, well, I don't know any.
Well, I do. I'll get right on it.
Oh, what, on your way to the airport?
I'm not going back to San Francisco. I mean, I can't. Not until this review board thing is over. Right?
Right.
These monsters who took Serena, they couldn't have just vanished into thin air.
I spoke with the teacher that let Serena go home.
The
from school.
teacher? I don't think you should use that word. She can't be a teacher. She's an imbecile for letting her go. What can we do to people like that? Can we just bar them or something? I want to strangle her. I want to get my hands around her neck and I just want to throttle her.
Lucy, calm down.
Okay, calm down.
Calm down.
Lucy, according to the teacher, Serena went with these people voluntarily.
Matt!
There was no reason
Think
to...
she's 6 years old. Those people could have told her anything.
Lucy, no one knew anything was wrong until Scott came to pick her up. And before he left, he told the cops that he was so sure that you and Kevin took Serena that they didn't push their investigation until after you were cleared.
And they're still not doing anything.
Lucy, I told you, they're doing everything they can, and with practically no evidence. Look, all they have is a vague description of the automobile, which is probably stolen or rented, and that the woman has long brown hair.
That truly narrows it down a great deal, doesn't it?
Lucy? Lucy, we're gonna find Serena. I promise.
You have to. What about Scott? What am I supposed to tell Scott?
Well, don't worry about that. I'm going to the hospital now. I want to talk to him about that hit and run. I have a feeling that it's connected with Serena.
You think Scott's accident wasn't an accident?
How are you feeling?
I'm terrific. I'm gonna be discharging myself.
You, my friend, are going nowhere.
Yeah, I'll watch.
Mr. Baldwin, you were hit by a car last night. You have to have your spleen removed. That's major abdominal surgery.
Yeah, well, big deal. I gotta find my daughter.
I'll be happy to notify any family member you want me to call, okay?
Oh. Oh.
I rest my case. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You stay put, and I'll get you something for the pain, okay?
early should we get to orientation? Half hour say, well prepared or desperately seeking approval.
You're changing the subject.
What subject?
Why are you so delighted that Joe Scanlon's in trouble?
I never said I was delighted.
Oh, I saw it in your face. I know delight when I see it.
Why are you so curious about me?
Operators. They fascinate me.
Don't you play holier than thou with me, sweetheart. I heard what you said when you assisted Joe Scanlon last night. The decision to operate on Mrs. Hardy wasn't mine. Oh, you were operating all right.
Hey, I may have covered my rear, but I don't get off on people getting screwed. Are you all right?
Hello, hold on a second there, Bob. Oh, I'm fine, but my client almost cracked his head wide open trying to get into the bathroom in there. Are you, staying here?
Mr. Baldwin had major surgery last night. He shouldn't be up. He should be using a bedpan.
Well, forget it.
Look, I don't know who you are, but I happen to know a little more about this than you think I do.
I'm his attorney, and Mr. Baldwin is not going to be using any bedpan.
Well, no one's particularly partial to them, but you still
Look,
have to...
nurse, just get a wheelchair.
I happen to be a doctor, counselor.
Okay, fine, but just get a wheelchair so that he can make his way around here, because if he falls again, I will be suing the hospital. And you. Follow me?
Perfectly, counselor. Mr. Baldwin is going to be begging for a bedpan after he tries to get around in one of these. When that happens, don't call me.
Oh.
Someone tried to kill Scott.
I said possibly.
No, Mac, you said very possibly. That's a lot more possible than just possibly.
Lucy, come on.
I know. I'm supposed to calm down.
Lucy, you haven't been sleeping. You refuse to eat anything.
Doc, Serena has disappeared, and now Mac says that someone possibly tried to kill Scott. I'm trying, but, I just can't. Somehow.
I know, Lucy, but you're going to run yourself down, and then you're going to get sick, and that's the last thing you need right now. All right?
All right, I know, you're right.
Mac, I'll go to the hospital with you.
I want to go, too.
No, you're going to stay here, and you're going to rest.
Doc, it's just a car ride.
Lucy! No. Please.
Okay, Dr. Collins, I will stay, but could I at least pack a few of your things that Scott could maybe use or need?
I'd say that can wait.
Okay, fine. Could you at least just take her little blanky, maybe? And the kitty that she loves so much, so he could maybe hold on to that because he doesn't have her to hold on to?
Lucy, please. Lucy, you have to calm down. I swear, if anything happened and caused you to lose her...
Lose? Lose?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Look, we haven't had a chance to tell your very best friend.
Tell me what?
With all the craziness, we haven't thought to tell anyone, but, Lucy is... We're gonna have a baby.
All right.
Wow!
Oh, that's
Thanks.
great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you
both.
Excuse me, I could use a hug, too. I won't break,
Okay.
A real hug would be nice.
My pleasure. Oh, no one deserves happiness more than the two of you.
Well, gosh, that sure would be a nice change of pace.
All right, would you take your hands off her now so we can go?
Oh, okay.
Doc! Yeah. Listen, I know how angry you are at Scott, and you have
Lucy,
every right to be...
Do you really think I'd kick a man while he's down?
No. I just want you to remember that Serena's disappeared. And that little girl is his whole world.
I
and
know.
if he loses her...
Lucy. I know.
Take it.
Look, I'm sorry if this hearing is messing up your plans.
Maybe it was for the best. You might have been right.
I'm always right.
The idea of me leaving, I think it might have been a knee-jerk reaction to everything. And anyway, I'm going to go to the orientation meeting. Sort of take things one day at a time.
It's a good move.
Yeah. I really hate that you can't be there.
That's all right. You can orient me when you get back.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to make it through last night without you. Thanks.
So, you better go. You don't want to start off on the wrong foot with Dr. Burgess.
Right. After your review board meets, you'll be back.
Are you watching me?
All the time, big guy, don't you forget it. What is so fascinating about that letter?
Isn't it obvious? How often does someone get canned for performing unwarranted surgery with a power tool?
You're more than an operator. You are truly twisted.
Come on. Situation's twisted. Sort of like that Agatha Christie thing. What's the name?
I only read comic books.
I'm sure you do. No, it's, I know. And then there were none. First Cooper goes, then Scanlon. Who's next?
If there's a God, you.
How can you have such a low opinion of me when I think so highly of you?
You are so lucky to have found an apartment. I just keep watching my hotel bill going up. And up. And up.
Hey, you found an apartment?
Nothing's definite. I haven't looked at it yet.
Well, I hope it works out.
Thanks. So do I.
So, did you finally get some sleep after that nightmare?
Yeah, I did. Thanks again for calling. Helped to talk to someone.
Hey, it helped me too.
Did you get some sleep?
Well, not for a while. Guess I'm a little nervous about this meeting.
You don't seem nervous at all.
Believe me, it's a front.
Did you get one of these?
About Joe Scanlon's hearing? Yeah.
I guess we all did.
Poor guy. But, you know, I told him something like this might happen.
I guess now you can say I told you so. Won't that give you a rush?
Easy.
I guess the fact that he saved Audrey's life is a little minor detail to you, huh?
Come on, Karen. None of this is Chris's fault. Let's not start beating up on each other.
Karen didn't... Look, we're all under a lot of pressure. But thanks. Thanks a lot.
So, do you think you're going to like being a father?
Definitely getting used to the idea.
Speaking of that, how's your dad doing?
Actually, there's good news there. It turns out he has a chemical imbalance, not any actual psychosis. What that means is with medication, he could actually have some kind of a life.
Kevin, that's terrific.
Well, I should be getting over to Scott.
Yeah, well, I'm not really looking forward to this.
I'm no fan of the guy myself, but have your child kidnapped? I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Right. Well, nothing to do but do it. See you, mate.
ya.
No, he wasn't scheduled for any tests. I mean, he shouldn't even be out of bed.
All right.
Where's Mr. Baldwin?
Gone?
Where?
I have absolutely no idea.
Daddy, watch.
Oh, boy, now be careful.
I will.
Boy, that's terrific. Serena? Serena!
Scott. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Scott. Scott. Oh.
Tonight, a cop is a victim of both police brutality and racial violence on High Incident. Then join host Robert Urich for Vital Signs, ABC Tonight. How far will Marion go to ensure Liza stays at Chandler? Watch what happens in All My Children today.